day after we exposed the real Gau Rakshaks, the government has assured strict action against these self-appointed cow vigilantes. Remember, a distinction needs to be made. There are people who are actually working for preserving and protecting the cow, and then there are others who are only indulging in violence in the name of Gau Rakshaks. We exposed them, and here's the reaction that report has elicited.
ऐसी देते हैं उस टाइम उसे पता नहीं चलेगी, पर 2 महीने के बाद उसे पता चलना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो जो कनपट्टी वाले जो डंडे होते हैं, मानना नहीं है भाई साहब, बड़े आपकी खून भी नहीं निकालेंगे पूरे शरीर पर। अगर खून निकल गया तो मारी जाएगी आपके।
पसली उसलिए टूटा, साला में टांगे टूटा है, हड्डी चीज है, ऐसी ना कहता खोपड़े फाड़ दिया मर गया, वो मत कर, वो नहीं, उससे फिर हमारा कार्यकर्ता अंदर चले जाएंगे क्या?
हमारे लड़के आगे से रास्ता ब्लॉक करवा रहे हैं, वो आँखों चाहिए तो उसको घेर लेते हैं, फिर वो देखते हैं आगे रास्ता ब्लॉक है तो गाड़ी को चलती को छोड़ देते हैं, वही गाड़ी कहीं भी जाओ। खून लिखने वाले नहीं मारते, तो जैसे मुक्का मार दिया, लात मार दी, कोनी मार दी।
These are the voices of self-appointed cow vigilantes, boasting about how vigilantes are trained, taught to attack ferociously and inflict near-fatal injuries on targets. India Today's shocking expose of how intolerance in the name of Gau Raksha continues unchecked has rattled the Modi government.
देखिए, गौवंश की रक्षा के लिए हम प्रतिबद्ध हैं, संकल्पबद्ध हैं, लेकिन कानून को हाथ में लेने का किसी को अधिकार नहीं है। इस तरह के कुछ लोग हैं जो इस अभियान की कहीं ना कहीं इसको विवाद में डालना चाहते हैं।
Not just the centre, state governments too have taken note.
यदि किसी को पता चलता है कि इस तरह की बात है, तो उसे निकटतम थाने में ही सूचना देनी चाहिए, ना कि अपने हाथों में इस तरह से कानून को लेना चाहिए।
As BJP leaders promise action, the opposition is not convinced.
Prime Minister spoke about the fake cow bhagats, but then he did pretty little about it. PM speaks one language, acts the other way.
As the centre gears up to establish cow sanctuaries and introduce Project Cow that could provide further impetus to these self-styled vigilantes, it needs to first wake up and ensure an end to this fatal vigilantism. With Syed Masroor Hassan, Mohammad Hizbullah for India Today's Special Investigation Team, Bureau Report, India Today.
Condemnation is fine, of course, no one can actually condone violence, but are we really seeing any action against these bunch of people who seem to be running amok? Joining us now is Syed Zafar Islam. He is a spokesperson for the BJP, and Javeer Shegil of the Congress. Syed Zafar Islam, why don't you just act against them? Why don't you crack down on them? Of the number of cases that we've seen, how many people have actually faced action?
Padmaja, I was on your program yesterday also, and I made it very clear that as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, the NDA government is concerned, we are determined to take action against those who will take law in their hand. You have exposed, and our reaction is very apparent and is clear to you, that we are going to take action against those people who are behaving as pretending to be Gau Rakshak, but they are actually not Gau Rakshak, but they are creating violence.
But then, Syed Zafar Islam, how is it that even in the lynching of Pehlu Khan, only 5 men have been arrested so far? Of all the people who have been named, you have a desperate family who is sitting on dharna in Rajasthan, and only 5 men have yet been arrested. And one of those who has been arrested, you would have seen, is actually being praised and lionized by some local Gau Rakshak in the presence of the state police. And you expect people to actually believe that you will act against these Gau Rakshaks?
Padmaja, no, Padmaja, you'll have to make a distinction between the two. Welcoming somebody coming from jail, and he is not responsible for any crime, and is being welcomed by the people or the community, is something which you should not mind, and nobody should have any problem about it.
I'm talking about Vipin Yadav, who has been arrested for the murder of Pehlu Khan. He went to appear for his exams, and there he was praised and applauded by a group of people in the presence of the policemen accompanying him. In your state, where your government is in power, sir.
Okay, No, Padmaja, as I was saying that earlier also, that there are people who behaves and pretend to be Gau Rakshak, but they are not. And we have taken action against them. So you were saying that we have arrested so far 5 people. Actually, we have arrested 7 people so far. And prize money have been announced for those who are absconding. Government of Rajasthan is extremely serious about it, that those who are culprit should be behind the bar, and the IPC section which has applied on them is 302. That shows that our commitment, conviction and our resolve.
So the case has been registered, Javeed Shergill. What more can the government and the police do?
You have to also understand.
Okay, let him respond. Yes, Javeed.
Padmaja, the bitter truth and harsh reality of today is that in the name of the holy cow, most unholy, heinous crimes are being committed under the BJP regime. There is a set pattern. Whenever an incident or a killing happens in the name of cow protection, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the government restricts itself to lip service, cloaks the entire incident under vague terms, committed, dedication. Well, I'm sorry, these words like commitment, dedication, protection is costing lives on daily basis. The Prime Minister earned a lot of applause on 6th August 2016 when he warned those Gau Rakshaks. Either they are not taking the Prime Minister's warning seriously, or it is a fixed match between the Gau Rakshaks and the state administration all over. Padmaja, I saw on your channel when that lady was comparing him to Bhagat Singh. The policemen were nodding. The police was mute spectator. I am a lawyer. People don't give time even to meet those accused to their relatives in courts. It is such a guarded environment. The relatives have to plead to the policeman, please let us meet our brother or son even for 30 seconds. Here you have a policeman practically facilitating the entire meeting. Some people are recording it on WhatsApp or smartphones, and she's patting their back. Because the message which these Gau Rakshaks have got, that in the name of cow protection or meat, now you have an open license to kill and intimidate, and the government of the day will crown you.
Respond to this, Syed Zafar Islam. Won't this embolden the feeling of state protection to these goons? Let's not even call them Gau Rakshaks. They are goons, they are gundas.
Prime Minister, sorry Padmaja, give me 30 seconds.
Okay, go on, Javeed.
Padmaja, Prime Minister is tweeting on lives lost in Stockholm. Very well, he should do that. Not a whisper of condemnation, of worry that all over India there is a pattern now that people are killing in the name of cow. Nothing. The Rajasthan Chief Minister is maintaining a suspicious, dubious silence, which shows that she gives a tacit approval.
Okay, why the silence?
The Health Minister, Mr. G.C. Mitra or whatever his name was, he is justifying the Alwar killing.
Syed Zafar Islam, why the silence?
Padmaja, the Home Minister of Rajasthan has very candidly and spoken about it. He said that we have taken action against those who were responsible for Alwar incident, and those who are absconding will definitely somehow, we have also a non-prize, but we somehow will catch them.
No, Javeed disagrees vehemently over here.
Behind the bar. Let me tell you, the sincerity. No, let me just
because you brought up the issue of Mr. Gulab Chand Kataria, I think a counterpoint needs to be made here by Javeed. Yes,
Javeed. Let me make this statement. Let me make one more statement, and then you can.
Mr. Zafar, you have not read his statement. He openly and brazenly admits on TV to say that whatever they were doing also was wrong. Both sides are guilty. Please justify that statement. What did he mean by both sides are guilty? Have you completed the trial? How do you know he was smuggling? Did you see his permit? Can BJP or the Home Minister be a judge, jury, executor?
No, that's why.
How do you know they are guilty?
Exactly, that's why.
How does the Home Minister know he is guilty? First answer me that.
Shergill, let me respond to that.
Is because BJP running a kangaroo court?
There are 4 trucks. How many trucks? Let me ask you. No. Come on, Shergill, let me ask you. You are a lawyer. Do you know who can be treated as smuggling cattle and who cannot be treated as smuggling cattle? Because there is a document they need to carry. There were 4 trucks. They were carrying 3 of them have passed. There was no incident because they were carrying with the valid document.
One of them was not carrying a valid document, and that this matter will be decided by the court and police.
No, and let me tell you, again I'm telling you, but
you become a court?
Anybody who is taking law in their hand will not be spared. If somebody has taken law in their hand, he should be punished, and we are totally committed to punish the person. But if you say that all the people who are smuggling, who are taking ferrying cattle were not smuggling is incorrect statement, because you don't know the picture correctly.
Bharatiya Janata Party cannot act like judge, jury and executors. I'm sorry, there is a law in this
They didn't have the document. They didn't have the document.
I don't want to know the picture. You are trying to justify a killing. Show that picture to the court. To show that picture to the court and police.
You don't know the. You cannot make that statement. All you can make the statement that nobody should be allowed to take law in their hand. But you cannot make that statement because that statement is incorrect.
Okay, Syed Zafar Islam, I'm very glad you brought up the issue of Mr. Gulab Chand Kataria. Just hold on a second. Hold on a second and listen to my question. The issue was the murder of a man. And when the Home Minister appears on camera and says both parties were guilty, it's almost like giving a free pass to the people who've committed murder. Syed Zafar Islam, I for a moment, even if I concede that the man was a cattle smuggler, which hasn't yet been proven, even if he was carrying them illegally, you can't kill a man.
No.
And for the Home Minister to say that, you will agree, is a gross breach of propriety.
Nobody's at... No, Padmaja, you must understand his statement. All he made this said that both parties were guilty. You need to understand the perspective in which he has said. There were 4 trucks, as I said. 3 trucks were carrying cattle with the valid document. 1 truck which was
carrying. Sir, both parties are guilty. Aapne karar karke maar denge kya? Jerry Shergill.
So they were making the
distinction. Will you kill a man?
And he said,
Jerry Shergill.
No. Nobody can kill anybody, and he has criticized. He has criticized people against those people who took law in their hand. Is he supporting those people? He is after their life. He is making their arrest. He is ensuring that everybody gets arrested and they are put behind the bar.
Okay, Jerry Shergill, make your point.
Mr. Zafar, I respect you as a spokesperson. Please explain me one thing. How can a Home Minister of a state government, before conclusion of a trial, before a finding by the court, form his own opinion that the other side is guilty and infuse some kind of justification to the citizens of this country who want to kill in the name of the cow? Please explain it to me as a lawyer. How did he act as a judge, jury, executor to say, here I am the judge, I will see these 2 documents, they are also guilty of smuggling, open your weapon, shoot, fire and kill.
Mr. Shergill,
the government cannot give an open license to kill to these Gau Rakshaks. Either your Home Minister thinks zero about your Prime Minister on 6th August when he gave the warning, or I said it is a fixed match.
And finally, before you answer that question, Syed Zafar Islam, let me add to that. You've had the Prime Minister no less saying that fake Gau Rakshaks will not be tolerated. Why haven't we seen a crackdown in the nature of the crackdown against illegal slaughterhouses, against these illegal Gau Rakshaks, if you still want to call them that? Let me just say, why haven't we seen a systematic crackdown against these gundas? We haven't seen it on the ground. Why?
Padmaja, we are very determined. We want to make a distinction between a Gau Rakshak and this kind of gundas. Definitely, the state administration will definitely act and have been acting against those culprits who are taking law in their hand. But you also appreciate that there is a sentiments involved as far as Gau Raksha is concerned. Those who really want to have some religious sentiments and want to protect cause.
No, again you are drawing this false equivalence. When you want to make that distinction, Syed Zafar Islam, then you should not attribute any sentiment to these gundas. They do not work out of any sentiment.
No,
they are just
let me just complete. Let me just
which you yourself have admitted.
Let me just complete.
We're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. If someone breaks the law, you're going to take action against them. The fact is still that in one case that we have highlighted in Alwar, there are people who are still running around scot-free. Those who are arrested are being lionized in front of the police.
When will the law to ban Gau Rakshaks come in this country, Padmaja?
Well, thankfully, now that plea is in the Supreme Court, hopefully we'll hear from the Supreme Court on that. Every time the state dithers, we have the courts finally ruling on issues like this. For now, thank you very much, Jaiveer Shergill, Syed Zafar Islam, for joining us on 5 Live. Quick